Hello there, my name is Geoff and welcome to my introduction to Tai Chi Qigong. The Tai Chi Qigong that we're going to practice is based on Shibashi, S-H-I-B-A-S-H-I, which I'm reliably informed is just Chinese for 18 moves. Although I must admit I've added one extra move which has sort of blown that out of the water. You may occasionally see guest appearances from our little dog Mai as she scutters along the ground, but she's a Tibetan Lhasa-Apso, so that sort of gives her, I suppose, some sort of rights. We're going to start off with a bit of mindfulness and then go on to some gentle exercises to warm up the joints and muscles, and then I will lead you through a practice. Then after that you'll get a chance to practice on your own. Now remember, only do what you feel. Regardless of what position my arms are in, if that causes you any issues, then please just do what you're comfortable with. And if at any time you want to stop and rest, again, that is so important. So enjoy the practice. Take your time, rewind if you need to, and just enjoy practicing with me in the garden. Perhaps if you feel at some stage in the future to join me in one of my classes at the community halls, you will of course be welcome. So let us begin. Mindfulness is a vital part of Tai Chi. It enables us to concentrate on the here and now, rather than worrying about what happened earlier or is going to happen later. It can be used at any time, not just for Tai Chi, and will just help us perhaps reduce stress or anxiety. So let us begin. When you're ready, just start taking some deep breaths. As you breathe in and out, just notice the sensations, maybe the rising or falling of the diaphragm or the chest, or just the sensation of breathing in the air through the nose. Whatever it is, focus on those sensations. You'll definitely hear lots of different noises. Just try and let the noises flow in and flow out. And it's the same with thoughts. You can't stop the thoughts, but that's not what mindfulness is about anyway. So let the thoughts flow in, acknowledge them, and let them flow out again. And if your mind is particularly active today, then again, just let them flow in and flow out. If it helps, try counting the in-breath yourself. That often helps with me. And just for a few more seconds, just focus on that breath. Focus on the in-breath and the out-breath. Remembering to let those thoughts glide in and glide out. So breathe in and breathe out. When you're ready, open your eyes and bring yourself back into your space. We're now going to perform some gentle exercises to warm up those muscles and joints. It is so important before you do any exercise that you warm up the muscles. And although it doesn't look like we're doing a lot to warm the muscles, that gentle movement of the shoulders and the back certainly will help prepare you for the Tai Chi. With this one, we're gently bringing the arms forward, bring that gentle stretch of the shoulders at the back as we bring those shoulder blades apart. We're going to be moving on very shortly to a similar, the opposite exercise that way. We bring the arms slightly further back, feeling those shoulder blades coming together as we feel that stretch in the chest and the shoulders at the front. Now again, with all stretches, please remember they shouldn't hurt. You should feel them because obviously you're working on the muscles. You're stretching those muscles, you're warming them up in preparation. But any twinges or discomfort, then please either lessen the stretch or stop it altogether. In fact, as you know, that really applies to all the movements within the Tai Chi. Only do what you feel. It is better to do a lesser stretch now, and then rather than have an injury and having to start again. Right, so the next one we're going to push into the sky. This is in effect a full body stretch. Stretching right from the tips of your fingers, down your arms, your torso, through the hips and down to the legs. Then we're going to have that slight bend, in the spine as we push into the earth. Feel those shoulders opening as you push down. And one more stretch into the sky. Feel that lovely stretch from the tips of the fingers right the way through to the tips of the toes. Nice gentle stretch. And once more just pushing down into the earth. Lovely stretch on the spine as the shoulder blades open. Next we're going to push the arms to the side as if we're pushing open a lift door. You'll feel the shoulders gently open, and then bring your arms slowly down to the middle, and again pushing those arms to the side. You should feel the muscles, but no twinges, remember. Bringing those arms down slowly to the side. We're going to roll those shoulders forward. So important you roll those shoulders, get the shoulder muscles warm and flexible, get them used to the movement. We never use our muscles and joints enough, and as you know, if we don't use the joints, they become stiff. And the more stiff they become, the more they hurt. Now we'll do the same, but we'll roll those shoulders backwards. And again, enjoying that feeling of the shoulders just relaxing, all that tension just rolling away. Nice, relaxed movement. Then we're going to slowly move from side to side, stretching the obliques at the side of the body and a gentle massage of the lower back. And we'll go from one side to the other. Nice gentle movements. Very peaceful movement. And again, it improves the functionality as you gently stretch the muscles at the side. And finally, we're going to move the head from side to side. And again, you'll be fed up of me saying this, but only as far as you feel comfortable. And if you wish at this stage, you can try relaxing those muscles in the forehead. We hold far too much tension in the forehead, and if you can relax those muscles in the forehead, you'll find the relaxation will just permeate throughout the body. The muscles around your eyes will relax, your face will relax, your shoulders will drop, and you'll just feel relaxed. Just that gentle movement of the head from side to side. One side to the other, only as far as you feel comfortable. Again, maintaining that relaxed forehead. Well, let us start the Tai Chi moves. Let us start with the stance. The feet should be approximately shoulder width apart. If you're able to point the toes forward, that's great. But whatever you're comfortable with. Nice soft knees and shoulders just relaxed. The first move is called the commencement. As you can see, you move the arms slowly up from no higher than shoulder height. And as you bring those arms down, palms come facing out, knees bend, arms and legs moving in synchronization. And we'll do one more. Then as the arms come down this time, the second move, we're going to, it's really a continuation. As the arms come up, we're going to open up the heart space. Again, only stretching as far as you feel comfortable, bringing those arms back roughly to shoulder width, and then coming down again. Just coming up, opening up the heart space, bringing those arms to shoulder width, and coming down. Gentle flowing movement. Let the breathing just follow the movement. And this time now, as the arms come up, we're going to go into dancing with rainbows. We'll stretch one arm out to the side and the other hand above our head. The weight bearing on the leg, but the hand is above the head, if that makes sense. As you slowly move from side to side, visualize that rainbow at the top. As you transfer the weight from one side to the other, dancing with rainbows. Visualization plays a large part in this move, as does the transfer of weight. Slowly bringing our arms across for the last time. Arms then come down to the center line. Cross on the center line. Then come up to part the clouds, which is what the move is called. Slowly coming down, the legs bend. And again meeting in the center line. Imagine you have a thread of silk. Don't break that thread of silk, so the moves have to be gentle and slow. Gentle, slowly up, follow the center line, part the clouds. This next move starts from the moment your hands meet to the body. One arm extends to the front, while the other one does a sort of crawl stroke round the back. Come back and meet just in front of the heart space, and they swap places. Now this really is like patting your head and rubbing your tummy, because one arm is going to one side, the other arm is doing totally different thing, a totally different speed. It's probably one of the more challenging moves we do. But again, just do what you feel comfortable with. So as that arm extends slowly, the arms coming round from the rear. Then when it gets to about shoulder, the front arm starts coming back to meet it in front of the heart space. And they swap places. The front arm slowly extends. And literally as soon as it extends, it starts coming back to meet that hand just in front of the body, just in front of the heart space. It's gentle flowing movement. As they cross for that last time, they come up and then move round and into a row. And again, remember that thread of silk. Really slow movement. As the arms come down, those knees gently bend. Again, arms and legs moving in synchronization. And I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but I will anyway. Only do as far as you feel comfortable. Next, we bring extending the arm to the side from the hip as if we're holding a ball, which is what the move is called. Turning the hand over, slowly bring it back as if we're going to put it into our pocket. And again, that arm comes out, turns the ball over, slowly brings it back. Now to hold the ball, turn it over, twisting from the waist. Gentle move. I always like to focus on the chi at this moment after that last move. A, it's good to focus, but B, it also puts your hands in the right position for the next move, which is called a push across the body. What we're doing with this one was pushing across, trying to keep my hand in my center line by turning from the waist, to turn my center line the way I'm pushing. By pushing a big heavy door open, turning from the waist, pushing the hands. The arm doesn't need to be straight, there can still be a slight bend in the elbow as you move from side to side, twisting and pushing the hands out. Again, nice relaxing move. All Tai Chi moves are relaxing, and it's important you just follow that gentle flow. The next one is waving hands like clouds. So one arm goes to approximately throat height and the other one just below the belly button. The important thing to remember with this one is whichever way that top elbow is facing, that's the way you're going. So every time you change direction, you swap over the arms so the top elbow is facing the way that you're going. So nice, remember it's called waving hands like clouds. So imagine those clouds floating past. Cloudless serenity. Following that top elbow. And we'll do one more. A gentle movement as you come across. And we're going straight then into gazing at the moon. This is another one of those weight-bearing exercises which the opposite leg to the way you're gazing, the weight is on the opposite leg. Lift the top arm only as far as you feel comfortable, and the other arm no higher than armpit level. As you swing around, gaze at the moon one side, feel the transfer of the weight from one side to the other as you come across. Lovely, slow gaze at the moon. If you're able to look slightly more behind you, then that's really great. It'll help the flexibility of the spine. But again, it's whatever you're comfortable with. There we go. So the next set of moves, you'll need to put one leg in front of the other. Doesn't need to be very far. The important thing is try and keep that gap between your feet. Otherwise you'll be on a tightrope. So as the arms come down this time, we're going to scoop the C, which is what the move is called. And as the arms come up, we're going to stare at the stars. As we're coming down, the weight goes on the front leg. And as we come up, the weight goes on the back leg. Stare at the stars. On the third one then, when you come to about chest height, you go into pushing the wave. Again, rocking on the feet if you feel comfortable. Push the wave and come back in the shape of a wave. And if you feel comfortable, when you're on the front foot, you can lift the back heel. And when you're on the back foot, you can lift the front toes. On the final move, the arms come down to the side. And you're going to open those wings like an eagle. Again, rocking on the feet if you feel like it. Imagine that eagle opening those wings. The freedom of doing so. And that lovely stretch as you open. As we come down, we're going to exchange legs. Bring the other foot forward. And we're going to repeat. So remembering as you come down on the front leg, you scoop the C. As the arms come up, the weight goes on the back leg as you stare at the stars. side. Remember, we go into pushing the wave. And coming back in the shape of a wave. Remember to rock on the feet if you feel comfortable. And we'll do one more. Pushing the wave. And coming back in the shape of a wave. And as they come back this time, they'll come down the side of the body and opening up those wings. Remember the freedom of the eagle. You open those wings and bring the arms to the front. Open them. And one more. And when you've done the third one, you gently come back into stance. Bring your feet approximately shoulder width apart. And then we're going to go into the punch. So bring the hands to the side of the body, palms facing up. Although it's called a punch, the palms are quite loose. Imagine you've got a small egg in them, you don't break them. So as the hand comes out, form of a punch, palm faces down, hands open up, then face upwards, turn following your little finger, and bring that hand back. Once that's in place, the other one comes out. Bring the palm out and up, and a little finger around, close and back. So it's out, open, up, round, close and back. There we go, punch out, open, up, round, close and back. Really good move for the hands and the wrists. As we come down, now we're flying like wild goose. Imagine a goose flying different from the eagle, and the arms are just going up and down. Imagine the goose seems to fly without any effort at all, and that's what we're trying to reproduce here. The arms come down, we bend the legs. Then after the last one, we come round in a circle of well-being. As always, that doesn't have to be a big circle, only as far as you feel comfortable. Just remember, a little circle of well-being is still a circle of well-being. We're going round only as high as we feel comfortable and low as we feel comfortable. Then we'll go the other way, round, as if we're holding a ball of energy, a ball of chi, and drawing that circle of well-being around ourselves. Nice and relaxing. I always like to finish on the top, so I can slowly bring the arms down, recenter. It also puts my hands in the right position for what's called patting the ball. So with this, we're going to be patting the ball with one hand while gently lifting the leg, the opposite leg. Now, as you can see, the foot doesn't need to come right off the ground. I tend to do it on the toes, depends what the ground is. My garden isn't that flat, shall we say, so I'm playing on the safe side. So opposite hand, opposite leg, just go patting that ball. And now here's that extra move I was talking about. It's called a 5 element. So we come up for fire, down round for earth, up for wood, and down for water. So that's fire, or the sun that gives us warmth, through the air which sustains us, the earth which grounds us, wood signifying growth, and water which gives it life. You need to straighten your legs for fire, bend them for air, keep them bent for earth, straighten them for wood, and bend them again for water. And if you want to do the breathing, you breathe in all the way to the top for fire, breathe out through air. Continue to breathe out through earth, so a big exhalation there. Breathe in through wood and out through water. Now we'll do just some focusing on the chi for a few seconds. Sometimes I do this before the deep breath, sometimes afterwards, sometimes both, just depending how I feel. As it happens on this practice, I just thought it was a good position to refocus, but you can do this at any time. Just gives you that chance. Now we take some deep breaths. They say we only ever use a third of our lungs, so this is a good chance to fill those lungs up right to the top and breathe it all out. Fill in those lungs, fill in the diaphragm, and then breathing out. Now focusing on the chi, recentering, focusing on the chi, life force or the energy. Finally placing our hands across the dantian, reservoir, the life force or the energy. And they say to keep our positivity, we should think of one thing every day we're grateful for. So for a few seconds, let's think of something that we're grateful for today. Now's your chance to practice. Just download some music that you like, gentle music that enables you to do the moves, and just flow. And that concludes my video on the practice of Tai Chi Qigong. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget, the more you can practice, the more you will realize the benefits of Tai Chi, such as improved balance, flexibility, and strength. You'll probably also be aware there is called moving meditation, and that's a very, very important aspect of Tai Chi, is the relaxation and the reduction in anxiety. I can thoroughly recommend this to you, suitable for all levels of fitness and experience. Thank you once again.